Titans, ladies and gentlemen, episode 3, Jinx. And it's your boy Icon with some DC TV, dog. So now, we are coming off of last episode where immediately the Titans got their behinds handed to them graciously by Mother Mayhem. During the battle of Mother Mayhem, she apparently stole Raven's power. And her stealing Raven's power caused Raven's hair to go from purple to white. And then now her hair is white and she just no longer has her power, and Raven's perfectly fine with that. And we never spoke about it again. And I was just like, this can't be. But Mother Mayhem actually, she said something very interesting because the woman that Lex Luthor betrayed, she came back. And she was talking to Mother Mayhem, and then she was just like, oh, you stole the girl's power. And then Mother Mayhem, it was funny because she was just like, oh, she shouldn't have had it to begin with. And I was just like, what an odd thing to say. So I feel like her dad, I feel like Trigon's coming back at some point, because for her to specifically use the words, she never should have had the power to begin with, I thought was really weird. So then she ends up taking the power, and then she puts the power into like her little staff thing. It starts glowing. They carry on with their mission. Rachel was having pancakes with Gar, and again she was just like, oh, I don't have a soul anymore, I can't feel anything, oh well. And we just never spoke about this again, which I thought was very weird. So then after that, like Dick, he got the troops together, and then he was just like, oh, he's like, we need to find out what we're up against. And then Connor was just like, oh, but I want another shot at her. And he was like, shut up, because he said we don't know anything yet. So he was like, let's get some clues, let's put some stuff together, and then once we know about her power and what we can do, then we'll exact our revenge, but not before. So in the meantime, he told Tim and Connor to go back to Star Labs so Tim can continue to do his Robin training, and so Connor can investigate, clues in this, that, and the third. He told Gar to stay with Rachel to monitor her activity because she had passed out and she just woke up. And then he told Cory, he was like, yo, bring your sexy behind with me because we got to go break some chick out of prison. They go to prison, and then that's when we get the DC villain character, Jinx. Jinx and Dick apparently had relations at one point in the past, which turned into immediate betrayal, where I guess he was using her to get to Two-Face and she was using him for something. They were banging in the middle. And once their business relationship, as Dick called it, came to a close, then both parties went their separate ways. He tried to break out of prison now because with Raven out of the mix, he needs somebody that can dabble into the majestic worlds so they can find out what Mother Mayhem is and what she's up to. This sparked a Jinx-based episode that turned into Dick and Jinx going on a mission together, because Jinx broke out of prison and then she went back to the last place that she went to commit a crime. Dick and Cory, they followed her there, and then we found out that she was looking for a little box. Dick got his hands on the box. We tried to find out what was in the box. Cory wanted to see what was in the box. And then when Cory looked into the box, it was a beating heart, which then turned Cory into stone, which I guess was like a trap that the box had in case anybody tried to look at it. Dick starts freaking out. He's just like, oh, bring her back. And then she's like, oh, I can't do that. And then she was just like, oh, the person who owns the box, only they can undo the spell. So if you help me, we'll go talk to her, and then you can get your vengeance and save the woman that you love, blah, blah, blah. So they go down to this party, and then, it was like $200 for the damn party. They go into the party, and then Jinx, she was just like, oh, there's the woman who belongs to the box. So Dick goes up to her. He's just like, yo, I need you to undo the spell. And then she was just like, why? And then he was like, because I said so. And then she tried to kill him. Dick whooped the ass of everybody in the room, which was weird because these beings were said to be like magical, mystical creatures. Like they were supposed to have like magic power. And the woman who was sitting on the couch, she was talking a lot of shit. She was just like, oh, stupid mortals. She was like, you're pathetic, you're nothing, and blah, blah, blah. And then she just got her ass beat. Like everybody got their ass beat. I'm like, don't y'all have powers? Like, how is this man? I know, well, we all know like Dick Grayson's the GOAT, but I'm like, how is he whipping everybody's ass? He's supposed to have magic power. So then Dick figured out that Jinx put him there on purpose to cause a distraction while she goes upstairs and tries to steal shit. Then Dick was just like, you can undo the spell. So then he was just like, look, he's like, I'm gonna put I think it was like $5 million. He's like, I'm gonna put $5 million in your bank account if you just help us with this mystical, magical mumbo jumbo. She says yes. They go back. Jinx undoes the spell that Cory was under. Cory basically said, if you do that shit again, I'm gonna beat your ass. No, her exact words were, I'm going to fuck you up. And I was like, damn, I forget we're on HBO Max. And then now Jinx and Cory and young Diggory, they're on their way back to the bus or Star Labs or wherever, so they can decipher the clues on how to, I guess find out what's going on with Mother Mayhem. So meanwhile, back at Star Labs, while Tim is getting his brains beat in by doing his Robin training, Connor figured out that there was a pattern here. We saw earlier in the episode that more people were dying. And the thing about everybody dying that Connor deduced was that all the deaths that were happening weren't random. They were actually premeditated. They were calculated deaths, because he said that every single person who died shares the same metahuman blood signature or something to that effect. And then he said that also Sebastian Blood also shares that same signature, which now takes us to Sebastian Blood, where Mother Mayhem had called him, disguising her voice as one of the people that he had the meeting with, and she told him, she was like, why don't you come back and we'll discuss getting your video game out there. So when he goes back to the building, the guy who was just like, I didn't call you, dumbass. He's like, get out of here before I call security. Mother Mayhem controlled him, and then she forced him to take 2 pairs of scissors and jam it in his own eyes. Once he killed himself, the police just happen to show up, and then they accuse Brother Blood of killing the dude. They take him to prison, and then while he's in prison, the same chick that was messing with Lex Luthor, who said, you'll pay for this, Luthor, she showed up, and she spoke to Sebastian, and she was like, join the cause, and be a part of our family, be a part of our cult. And then he was just like, yes, because I have nowhere else to go, because I'm in prison. And then she was just like, you can be a part of us, just say the words, Azriath, Metreon, and before he said Synthos, then Connor busted in the room like the Kool-Aid man, snatched up Sebastian, threw him in the back of the Titans car, and then they dipped. We don't know why they dipped. We don't know where they went. We didn't see the aftermath of that conversation, but they took off. And it's very interesting, because if all of these people's blood have the same blood signature, Sebastian included, they're either, because the thing is, they're killing everyone else. Because I guess, because they even said earlier on, Connor said something about there was a report that people's blood was being drained or something. So if they're killing all these people and taking their blood, and the one person's blood that they're not taking is Sebastian's, that's because they plan on using the blood of all these people, I guess extracting their metahuman signature from all the blood, and they're gonna pump all that blood into Sebastian Blood, because he's gonna be the vessel for whatever weird ass Halloween shit that they're trying to pull off. So more on that later, but they don't have it. And it's weird, because it's like, why is Sebastian like the vessel? Like, why is he the chosen one? What makes, aside from Sebastian Blood being a DC character, what makes him so special versus everyone else whose blood that they're taking? So they're basically sizing him up for whatever reason. I don't know what Raven's power plays a part in that as well. I don't even know what Mother Mayhem's plan is, but she trying to do something. But whatever she's trying to do, she's going to use Sebastian Blood to do it. So, but more on that next week, because again, the Titan snatched him and now he's gone. And then in the final scene, it takes us to Gar and Raven, who Gar was hearing like animal voices, because the spirit of the animal kingdom is talking to young Gar, what's his name? No, I was about to call him Gartholomew. I forgot his actual name. But it's like, it's Gar for short. I forgot what the damn name is. But Gar and Rachel, like I said, like the animal kingdom is talking to him, and they're trying to give him a message. He can actually see into the animal spirit kingdom. I don't know how he pulled Raven into the spirit kingdom with him, because it's like, now are we trying to say that Gar has magic? It's like, I guess you can say his power is magical, but him touching Rachel's hand and bringing her into the spirit animal kingdom, I was like, that one's a little sketchy, because he don't got magic powers to be able to do shit like that. And she done said 67 million times during the episode that she ain't got no power no more. So hell, Mother Mayhem said she ain't got no power. So like I said, that was a little fishy, but whatevs. For the sake of TV, we'll let that one slide. And then they went to a tree that had the bones of dead buzzards on it. And then when Rachel was just like, oh, what's going on here? What does this mean? And then Gar said something like, once the blood jar is full, death and destruction will come. So there's something else happening here. I have no idea what Brother Blood role is in all this. I don't know what Mother Mayhem's planning. I don't know if Cory or Gar is the one that's gonna save the day. I just know that it's very exciting. Jinx is now involved, which will be interesting. And thank you for tuning in. So I'm still waiting for Diana. Not Diana. What's this girl name? Wonder Girl. I'm still waiting for Wonder Girl to come back. I'm still waiting for her to bring Roy Harper with her, because her and Roy are supposed to be working for Argus now. Still waiting for that. Other characters. Let's see if Dawn shows up. Like Dawn might not. We know Hank ain't coming back, but let's see if Dawn shows up. Are we gonna get a Red Hood cameo? Like so, we'll see what happens as we roll on to next week's episode. So hit me up on Instagram and or Twitter, always on YouTube, where you can share your questions, comments, and or concerns. There's a lot of British actors on this damn show, even British actors that do American accents. And if this keeps up, I'm going to keep talking like this until the season's over. So check out my other videos because we got Stargirl on the channel. Like I said, I'm doing live streams for Gotham Knights, for the Gotham Knights video game, in the spirit of young Richard Gillian Grayson. And for everybody that loves Stargirl, loves all this DC and Marvel goodness, when Black Panther's out now, I'm going to watch Black Panther and we're going to review that shit too. So thanks for tuning in. So till next time, guys, keep your wits about you. Keep your four-leaf clovers handy because you don't want to be jinxed. Until next week, we're out this...